meeting of the Dark Council to order.
Hoi! Formalities of these things.
Alright, Dark Council meeting.
Shutterbog and his brethren have assembled the crystal. And using
not a ton to say about this one. There's 3 JCs in one room.
Cleansing.
Not if it cleanses us.
The crystal is too powerful for us to tame. We would be torn apart if we tried to use it.
And even if we do, there is no guarantee we would not be wiped out with everything else.
I gotta agree with my esteemed fellow goddess there.
Regardless of the crystal's power, we know the ritual can be stopped.
Why stop it? Why not?
That's Kefka's the Horned King, I think. Yeah.
Loyalty to his cause and reap the rewards.
Yeah, why don't you just try that cheat? See how well it works out for you.
The situation can be used to our advantage. The spell the brothers plan to unleash will wipe out our life. But I believe we could turn it to our own uses. Together,
Hordak is kind of the guy that no one likes.
Our own undesirable elements rather than our life. Our enemies will be destroyed, and we will be free to bring about a new world order. But it will require all of your cooperation.
A most interesting idea.
I like the sound of that.
You got my vote.
Very well.
It sounds promising.
So say we all.
Okay, this one might have... here's Krang versus Gantu. You may remember on our backstories thread, the actual thread for the backstories on the forum, not in any form of video, we detailed in the backstory that at some point along Krang's days as a fugitive, he traveled to Flog's planet and mutated them. And that's why they all look purple and green and such. And so, Flog, after Krang escaped, Flog hired Gantu here to get rid of him, to kill him. We were a little worried about this one not working too, because we were running low on Gantu footage. But man, we came across some stuff from the animated series as well as the anime, and it ended up working. Love at first sight. And OTP of the century was born. Fun fact, I think, if you take into account the same logic as, like, Charles Xavier and Magneto being canon as told by, the actors... Oh. Crap, what's his name? Can't believe I forgot Shredder's actor's name. Phil? No, he played Uncle Phil. Wow, I feel really bad. So I forgot his name. But, he said, it's just slipping my mind right now, but he has, like, said in interviews that Shredder and Krang are a couple, mostly jokingly, but I'm willing to accept it as Word of God canon. Was it Phil? I mean, crap. I feel really bad for forgetting his name, considering we dedicated our last round to him.
Your armies have fallen, Pharaoh. Egypt is mine.
You have no claim to the throne, monster.
Here's History Buff as Pharaoh's set.
Anymore.
I am the morning and evening star. I am Pharaoh.
You are nothing. If you
This is another story I could really like, just with Mum-Ra being like, this is my Egypt now. And,
of evil.
Our gods will never match.
you know, using Pharaoh's set was a really good, really nice touch in my opinion. James Avery! Holy shit.
They will die.
Silly me. James Avery was Shredder's actor.
I have no qualms about ridding myself of your wife and heirs. You will tell the people to worship their new master and their new gods, or everyone you love will suffer.
Sacrifices must be made.
And this is a story arc I wrote myself. Well, it was Manu's idea to have Frollo kill Enrico's parents, to orphan Enrico. But the motive and, you know, the subject, pretty much the rest, like how it happens and why Frollo does it and who Enrico's mother even is, was my brainchild, and I'm really, honestly, really proud of it.
As a matter of fact, no.
Heavy Light has a really spot-on Frollo.
Services.
Heavy Light's really good. He has a perfect Frollo and pretty much perfect Gaston as well.
Right about this. The last thing I need is for all of Paris to know that I was paying for a whore such as yourself.
Be up, rock steady, dispose of
More of my Shredder?
ganglion. You want us to pulverize him, Master Shredder? Do what you want, just don't make such a mess like last time.
Hey, I'm sure we can come to
This is pretty much their first date.
understanding.
Sorry, but I do not negotiate with mutants, terrorists, or talking brains.
Human fool, Division X. I was absolute master of an army the likes of which this pitiful planet has never seen.
An army, you say? I too have an army of unstoppable ninja warriors. Lately, I've been trying to create a robotic foot soldier, but the results have been unsatisfactory.
Perhaps I could take a look at your robot designs. I believe we have a lot to offer each other.
Yeah. Not a ton to say about this one either. It's how they first met.
We'll try it, but I warn you, Krang, do not cross the Shredder.
Show yourself, demon!
Here's Gordhan, I believe, as young Ramses.
Fallen Pharaoh comes seeking an audience with
And JC doing
I do
Mirage.
not seek an audience with anyone. I am Pharaoh of Egypt.
Be careful, boy. You are nothing to me. If you come seeking my help, make your case.
My family is imprisoned. My people enslaved. Mumra has claimed the throne for himself.
I seem to recall your people enslaving those weaker than yourself to build your pyramid.
I think Mirage
Why
might
is
be my
Mirage
favorite of
repeating
JC's
words?
voices so far.
He is a monster, worshipping his
That I can think of right now,
spirits of
at least.
evil.
Ancient
really good.
spirits of evil. Impossible. The Oberati banished them to nothingness centuries ago. If what you say is true, perhaps we can help each other.
Frollo,
Governor
That's the Toon guy as Ratcliffe, I believe.
what's this I hear about you hanging around with some cheap woman?
What? It's all the buzz around the tavern. Didn't know you had it in your Uncle Frollo.
Loved Heavy Light's Gaston as well.
On my place in power.
Silence, both of you. I will take care of this ordeal. And I won't have a
Even
word
Heavy Light's
from
delivery is just like how Frollo would say it. It's perfect. I think I have to give Heavy Light voice acting MVP for this round, just because both his roles were so spot on and perfect. But everyone did amazing, of course. This was another. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to make it work, but Manu never fails. Mumra once again takes on his ever-living form. The ever-living form never really works for Mumra, huh? Now that I think about it. Tends to lose when he uses it. He's had more luck in his normal form. Funny. Mumra just trying to slide and groom.
next time.
And Mumra's just like, okay, screw you guys, I'm going to bed. I want to be left alone. Go away. I'll time myself.
Judge Frollo. Back for another round?
Quiet. Who did you tell?
I didn't say a word. But these walls have eyes. Who knows?
I should have known better than to trust an unholy leech such as
Yep.
yourself.
Here's where Frollo is terrible.
Go away, Enrico.
That's Evil Skeleton King, is the young Enrico.
No!
Now listen here, boy. If anyone asks, she was murdered by ruffians on the street. Or you can join her and face judgment.
Alright, now it's time for Archmage versus Keldor, which is a fight that I made, and initially I was worried it was going to be a little bit laggy. I mean, it was a little bit laggy, and I was worried no one would get what was going on, because I didn't realize how bad it was. But, it got its point across, and I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out in general, despite the lag. It was a little hard to pull off, because Keldor doesn't have, like, a ton of footage, and neither does Archmage in this particular form. Like, I want to stick to footage of him before he gets the Eye of Odin, because reasons. So he decides to sword fight with a stalagmite. And I didn't even think of this when I was editing it, but JC came up with the idea that that was a prototype skull bomb that was later used by I Am a Ghoul, and I'm willing to accept that as canon. I'm also really happy with how I edited Motion Wrath, just putting away the Archmage once and for all. Alright, moving right along to part 3.